Hello children. In today's class we will see Satan's revolt and expulsion from heaven. So after the prologue, Milton raises the question of how Adam and Eve's disobedience occurred, and he explains that their actions were partly due to a serpent's deception. So we are going to study the second stanza today. We are going to see the second stanza today in today's class. So the invocation over the poet, the poet Milton, he plunges into his story following epic precedent of opening in the midst of things. So this is how the invocation prologue opens. It opens in the midst of things. So as he explains in the argument, so a question addressed to the muse or a convention of the epic established by Homer's Iliad introduces the first scene to the readers. So then the question, it draws attention to the significance of the scene. So after invocation, this is the first question. Say first, for heaven hides nothing from thy view, nor the deep tract of hell. Say first, what caused moved our grandparents in that happy state. So then this is the question that it draws the attention to the significance of the scene we are about to see. So the answer which identifies the seducer as the infernal serpent. So who first seduced them to that foul revolt? This is a question raised by the poet, and the answer is the seducer as the infernal serpent. Quickly sketches the history of Satan's rebellion. It will be fully described later, and this actually provides the background of the action that now unfolds. So the opening scene is one that immediately grips the imagination through its violence. Not only violence, see turbulence, stirred up with envy, revenge, deceived. So this introduction scene, it is completely filled with imagination through the voice, through its violence, turbulence, and misery. And Satan and his horrid crew lie rolling on a lake of fire. So unlike Dante, who in his Inferno is Dante's hell. So in his Inferno, Dante presents the underworld in sharp, clear outline. So Dante presents the hell or the underworld in sharp, clear outline. But if you see Milton in Paradise Lost, he describes his hell as a place of immense but mysterious forces. So the lack of visual clarity increased the evocative power of his account. So he has not clearly pictured hell in Paradise Lost. So actually that creates the evocative power, proves the evocative power of the poet. And also we realize from the outset that hell is a state of mind as well as a place. So this was a story, had cast him refers to Satan out from heaven with all his host of rebel angels, by whose aid aspiring to set himself in glory above his peers. So it was Satan, that is a serpent from hell. It was he whose treachery excited by envy and on account of God's favor to mankind and revenge. So this he did after he was expelled. That is Satan, he did everything after he was expelled from heaven for his pride. So with all the multitudes of rebel angels, with whose help he expected to raise himself to the position of God. So he fell from heaven with all his multitude angels, rebel angels. So with this end in view, Satan challenged the sovereignty of God, and he started an unholy war in heaven which led to his defeat. So that was the reason for his defeat. He started an unholy war in heaven which led to his defeat. So against the throne and monarchy of God raised impious war. So he raised unholy war in heaven against God, and with vain attempt. But he was defeated. He was badly defeated. And the punishment was God, him the Almighty Power, hurled headlong, flaming from the ethereal sky. So God threw Satan down from heaven with head downward. So with hurled headlong means God threw Satan down from heaven with head downward, and he fell in a flaming track, that is, pursued by thunder. And he fell into the fathomless abyss of hell, bottomless perdition. So Satan fell into the fathomless abyss of hell, never again to rise to heaven. So there to dwell. So never again. There is no chance or possibility for him to rise to heaven. So he was sent there. He was to dwell there forever. And he was bound in adamantine chains. Adamantine chains means unbreakable chains. Satan was bound in unbreakable chains and tormented by fire for having dared to rise against the Almighty God. And Satan, and 9 times the space that measures day and night to mortal man. 9 times the space that measures day and night to mortal men. He, with his horrid crew, lay vanquished, rolling in the fiery gulf, confounded though immortal. See, here in this 9, Satan and his dreadful companions, rebel angels, they continued falling for 9 days and nights. So this is, we can relate this to the counting of man. So now, after their fall, they lay rolling in the lake of fire in hell. So they lay vanquished, rolling in the fiery gulf, confounded though immortal. So now they lay rolling, all the fallen angels, they lay rolling in the lake of fire in hell. Though immortal, they lay quite stunned in the lake of fire. Okay, they are immortal. Though they are immortal, the fallen angels are immortal, they lie quite stunned in that lake of fire. But Satan, he was destined to get some still greater punishment. But his doom reserved him to more wrath. But Satan deserves to get some greater punishment than this. This is what Milton says. But his doom, this refers to Satan. But his doom reserved him to more wrath. Okay, Satan actually deserves to get still greater punishment. Now he is most tormented. For now, the thought both of lost happiness and lasting pain torments him. So now Satan is tormented, disturbed by the memory of happiness he has already lost. Okay, the memory of happiness that he has already lost refers to the state, previous state in heaven. So for now, the thought both of lost happiness and lasting pain torments Satan. So now he is most tormented by the memory of happiness he has already lost, and also the eternal agony inflicted on him in hell. The lasting pain, eternal, lasting is eternal, no end. So lasting pain inflicted on him in hell. Round he throws his baleful eyes, that witnessed huge affliction and dismay, mixed with obdurate pride and steadfast hate. Round he throws his baleful eyes. Satan, he casts his sorrowful eyes around. Round he throws, around his throws is Satan. After his fall, he casts his sorrowful, baleful eyes, his sorrowful eyes around, which bear witness to his own misery and woe. So which that witness huge affliction and dismay, which actually this itself bear a very good example for us. sin. Witness to his own misery and woe. And he saw, mixed with obdurate pride and steadfast hate. So this is the image of, the fall of Satan from Paradise Lost. You can see Satan. You can assume this is God. Satan is falling from heaven. The fall of Satan from Paradise Lost. You can see headlong. Okay. He was falling head downward. At once, as far as angels can, he views the dismal situation waste and wide, a dungeon horrible on all sides round as one great furnace flamed. Yet from those flames no light, but the darkness visible served only to discover sights of woe. So at once, as far as angels can, he views the dismal situation. He refers to Satan. So after opening his eyes, Satan at once he saw the dreary sight. He saw the dreary sight, a wild and desolate region. Okay, so he saw the dismal situation, waste and wild. So he saw a wild and desolate region and a dungeon horrible on all sides round. So it seems to be a horrible dungeon, burning like a great furnace. Okay, the hell seems to Satan to be like a horrible dungeon on all sides round as one great furnace flamed. So burning like a great furnace. It resembled a great furnace, burning furnace. Yet from whose flames no light. Though it burns, but the flames emit no light. Okay, so see, yet from those flames no light. The hell, it is like a horrible dungeon, burning like a great furnace, yet the flames emit no light. But rather darkness visible served only to discover sights of woe, regions of sorrow, doleful shades, where peace and rest can never dwell. Hope never comes, that comes to all, but torture without end. Okay. So, the gloom, this gloom reveals spectacles of misery, abodes of sorrow and miserable shadows with which peace and contentment cannot be associated. So regions of sorrow, he could see only regions of sorrow, abodes of sorrow, miserable shadows, so where he can never find peace. And he, Satan, or the fallen angels can never find peace or contentment, where hope that comes to all but not to the fallen angels. Hope never comes, that comes to all. Hope which comes to all, to ordinary human beings, that comes to all, but not to the fallen angels. But torture without end. So they are destined to undergo the torture without end. It is an endless torture. It is a place of, unending torment. So a river of fire kept alive. See, that comes to all, but torture without end still urges, and a fiery deluge fed with ever-burning sulfur unconsumed. So, it is a place of unending torment and a river of fire. It is kept alive by an inexhaustible supply of sulfur. So, sulfur, with ever-burning sulfur unconsumed. Understand? So, a river of fire, it is kept alive by an inexhaustible supply of fire, never-ending torture. So God, who is the fountainhead of justice, had prepared such a place for the rebellious angels. He had fixed their prison in this perpetual gloom and decided that they must suffer here forever. So they were as far removed from God and also heaven as thrice the distance between the